to the finish. The competition's tight. This is intense. And he gets the first by less than a second. Now, while in swimming, while there's other strokes, such as freestyle, backstroke, and then breaststroke, which is a little more challenging than the other two, and they're a little bit easier. Butterfly is by far the most demanding, and that's what I'm here to teach you today. Now, it's demanding because it's physically demanding, because it's the most physical of all the strokes. You have to involve most of your body when you're doing it. And then there's also the emotional focus, where you have to make sure you're doing everything right. Now, the only problem with butterfly is that it can also be the most difficult to teach, because there's certain guidelines that go along with it. But if you are going to teach butterfly, then you need to focus on teaching decent technique, proficient coordination, and excellent patience, which is really important. Now, the first part of butterfly that can be the most important depending on who you are is the technique, and there's two parts. The first one is arm movement, and how that works is you bring your arms back and then you spread them out as you come across your body, and then they meet in the front. So if it's fast, it goes like this, and then you keep repeating that. Now, the second part is leg movement, and that's just a kick that they call the dolphin kick that moves around like this, and it's kind of like a belly dancer, but with your legs, because the belly fluctuates as your legs do. So, in terms of technique, that's what you've got. And then that's arm movement there, and that's leg over there. So, then you've got the coordination aspect of it, which is a little bit more difficult. You've got it where you have to bring your arms over, and then you have to keep kicking at the same time. You have to make sure your legs stay together. So that looks like this, because you bring your arms over, and then every other kick, it's how you do it. So it goes like this. And then if you want to breathe, you have to lift your head up like this. So it's before you bring your arms over, just as they're at the back, you lift your head up and go like this. And that's how it looks. And then the reason why I say that patience is a really important aspect is because it can be the most difficult depending on who you are. Like for me, it was difficult to learn. I've been swimming, excuse me, for 4 years. And this past year, I really garnered the patience in order to learn how to swim the stroke effectively. So that really helped me learn. And then I got the coordination down. So it's actually my second best stroke now. And that really helps. But in general, you really want to keep patience in mind when you're swimming. So it's the presentation. But in conclusion, if you're teaching the stroke, when you're teaching butterfly, and you're teaching the guidelines of it, you really want to focus on the technique, the coordination, and the patience. And this is important because butterfly is the most demanding of all the strokes. And it is that way because it just involves everything. Now, the thing is, if you really get it down, it can be a challenge, but it's worth it in the end because you really get the sense of pride and accomplishment you wouldn't really get with the other strokes because they're a bit easier. But if you really get it down, maybe you can be the one who wins the gold next time. Thank you.